So finally I reached legendary rank in CodM in just 10 days. So if you are a serious player who is continuously grinding with the ranked matches, then I must tell you that you will be able to reach the legendary rank much before than that of me. This video was actually prepared to be made before, but due to some reasons I couldn't make it. So now I am playing CodM for nearly 2 months and I am a pretty decent player, I must tell you. So you can trust me and trust my words while pushing your rank. So why didn't I try CodM before? So this is because actually I'm an Indian and the hype of PUBG Mobile is much greater than that of CodM in India. So most of my buddies didn't play CodM and I didn't even try CodM. That's because what our buddies plays is what we play. But after PUBG Mobile got banned in India, so all of these people tried CodM in India, and just like people try to grind the Conqueror rank in PUBG Mobile, people also try to grind the legendary rank in CodM. Reaching the legendary rank is quite easy, I must tell you that, according to me, as compared to the Conqueror rank. So in this video I am going to be telling you how to reach legendary rank as fast as possible. So what other YouTubers tell is play with your buddies, play with your friends and whatever. So I will be telling you something different. So what I'll tell is play singly, because there are a few reasons behind this. And the first of the reason is that if you are playing, suppose if three of your friends are starting the game, then you will match with someone who is also starting the match like similar way, like in a similar way. So if they have, and it's more probable that they have a better connection. And what most of the people do is they invite people from the world chat and they join and they start, and ultimately they lose the game as because they don't have a connection, while the other thing is which is coming has a connection in between them. So if they are rushing together, if they are camping together, then it's gonna be impossible for you to defeat it. And a legendary rank player and the person who is grinding the legendary rank has a pretty decent control on his hands, so it's gonna be too difficult for you. So I must tell you that you must start the game with single player, that's you, and then only you will be matched with single players like you, and those enemy teams will have no connection with them. And most of the time you will also not have connection with them, but what the factor is, and the enemy teams will look quite noob to you, but they are not noobs. They just seem to be noobs to you. That's because they don't have a connection between them. And finally it's a team game, and it's about luck that you will have a good mate in your team. I almost lost 50% of my matches playing singly, but I reached legendary in just 10 days. As because before reaching legendary, the plus factor is quite more than that of the minus factor, and if you are the MVP of most of the matches, then you will be subtracted less from your rank. So it will be good for you if you are a good player, if you are a pretty decent player yourself, and it doesn't mean that you are going to be dependent on your teammates always. And if you think you are a noob and you can't even reach without your teammates, then I must tell you that play the team matches, as because they are mostly a single player game. As because if you camp at a place and enemy doesn't know where it is, most of the time we always know a place of map where the enemy doesn't even think of it. So you can camp there. If you think you are a noob and you just want to push the rank, you just want to push your rank to legendary, so you can do this. You can depend on your mates. Okay, one thing, if you are playing search and destroy, you can camp there. That's because you have to move and you have to fight. If you are playing search and destroy, and if you think you have a pretty decent team, you have a pretty decent connection with your friends, then you can play search and destroy, because search and destroy is such a game which will push your rank as faster than any game. TDM, hardpoint, domination won't add such points as Search and Destroy will do. If you are getting 11 kills in Search and Destroy, you are the MVP of the game, you will be added up to 70-80 points even in Legendary rank 2. So you can think of it. And if you want to get high kills in rank match, then I must tell you that you must play hardpoint or domination, and mostly I will recommend you hardpoint as because hardpoint lasts longer. The only game you can play with your mates is the hardpoint or the domination as because it's mostly a team game, and Search and Destroy is a luck based game. It's because if you just face a camper with a Fennec, Akimbo Fennec, then most likely you are going to die. Okay, if you are doing the same and you are getting kills, then my dear friend, you are not a pro. In domination you can face the enemies, in a hardpoint you can face the enemies as because you will respawn. But in Search and Destroy it won't happen, so it's like the stock market. It's giving back high amount, but it's too risky at the point too, as because it will subtract the most of your rank if you lose in Search and Destroy match. So be careful before playing Search and Destroy. I must tell you that you must have your hands set on your mobile or iPad or anything else you are playing on emulator. You must play a multiplayer match on your mobile or on your device, so you have your hands set on your device. So thereafter only you can play Search and Destroy ranked, so that it's not that risky for you. And if the enemies have their hands set on their device, then most likely you're going to die as because you don't have your hands set on your device, right? And how to play domination and hardpoint. If you are a slayer, if you think you have a decent aim, then you must stay closer to your hardpoint and domination points. And in domination your team must try to capture 2 points, suppose A and B or A and C or B and C or anything like that. So you guys can do this thing, and one of your guys who has a decent aim must be camping here and there near those points, so that enemies couldn't gather at those points. I hope you get it. In hardpoint, it's too similar to that. And there is another toxic way to push your rank as fast as possible. It's camping. Camping in Search and Destroy. It will push your rank in just 3 days or even less. But I won't recommend you this thing. But I will tell you this thing. The thing is, if you have your teammates on your back, if you have your teammates positioned at different places so that enemies couldn't come at your place, right? You can do this thing by, let's think of a private room and you guys are connected on a Discord. You guys decide where to stay and where to put your hard scope. Okay, this is a hard scope. This is going to be a hard scoping thing. If you want to win by this way, suppose anyone is put, suppose one of your friends is put here and you stay here so that no enemy can't fire on his back, and there is someone on your back and there's someone on your back. So you can put a whole team as a camping team so that enemy can't even reach you. And suppose it's a summit map and enemy is trying to reach by the A position and you guys are camping at the B position, and then also they can't kill you as because you guys are camping together, all of you. This is a pretty toxic way, but you can win all of your matches by camping. And even if you win a Search and Destroy match with having 2 kills, then my dear friend, you are going to get suppose 50 plus in legendary rank. Then you can think what you will get in master rank or even less. So that's today's video for